Hello, today I want to talk to you about something that's coming for all of us, and that is aging and retirement. Of course, if you're over 50, you're probably starting to feel a little urgency around both. And I'll be honest with you, so am I. So I want to keep it real quick and simple today. So stick with me, and at the end, I'm going to share a free resource with you where you can track where you are as it relates to your health and where you are as it relates to your retirement. This is not going to be anything complicated. I am not a retirement advisor. I'm just a woman over 50 who is staring at both. My body's changing, and I'm looking at retiring in the next 5 years or so. So, number one, let me just share a story with you. I noticed a few years ago when I got in the tub, it was difficult to get out of the tub. And I'm like, oh God, what's going on? And when I was getting up from chairs, I started to have to use my hand. And I'm like, this is not good. I'm a registered nurse, and I've been a registered nurse for over 30 years. And I know what happens as you get older, you start to kind of lose independence. And that was a wake-up call for me. And so some of the things that I started doing was, first of all, doing a little research on what it is I need to do to get healthier. And I've always been a woman that focused on my health, and I was always someone that exercised a little. I didn't go hard. I didn't go to the gym and start, lifting weights or anything like that. But I knew it was time for me to take things to the next level. And that's what I want to share with you today. Because what's coming for us is the 60s. And from what I understand, in the 60s, of course, as we get older, things change as it relates to our body. And I want us to be aware, but I also want us to start to do things to make sure we're as healthy as we can be as we get into our 50s and 60s and beyond. So number one, the thing I started to do was strength train. And yes, I know that sounds difficult, but what's more difficult is losing your independence, not being able to take care of yourself as you get older. And the earlier you start, the better. And doesn't that sound like retirement? The earlier you start saving, the better. Same thing with our health. The earlier we start to focus on it and do things to make our health and wellness improve, the better we are for it. And I literally did not start until my mid-50s, and it was simple, but it wasn't easy. And so I started by getting a personal trainer, and that's not what I'm asking you to do today. But for me, I needed that accountability, as well as I needed someone to show me what it is I'm supposed to be doing when I'm working out, as far as, being at the gym. And I don't go to the gym anymore, but I did start out there. But one simple way you can start out is with resistance bands. And you can start using that. They come typically with the light, medium, and heavy resistance bands. Start out with the light bands and just be consistent, because consistency beats perfection any day of the week, okay? But it's so important to build muscle. And I will say that I'm going to show you a picture of myself. I'm going to put it right here of what I looked like just last year this time. And of course, what I look like now, I'll put that picture here as well so that you can see it. And what I did do over the last 12 months or so is I just showed up and I was consistent. I didn't break a sweat. I didn't work out long and hard. I typically worked out 20 minutes 3 times a week, lifting weights using resistance bands, but I'll call it strength training, because there were many days when I didn't use weights. I just used my resistance band, or I used my body to do push-ups or wall push-ups or push-ups on the floor and things like that. I just did something every day, and it really has helped increase my skeletal muscle a great deal. And I'll share with you where I was in my skeletal muscle when I started and where I am now. And why that's so important is because that muscle is the muscle that wraps around our bones and keeps us safe. And so I want to impress upon you the importance of putting your health first and not waiting until you get a diagnosis from the doctor to take care of your health, but focusing on what can you do today to get better at taking care of your health. The second thing I did was I focused on eating healthy. And as we know, there are super processed, over processed, ultra processed foods that are out there that's really causing illness for a lot of people in our country. And so just eating healthy whole foods, vegetables and fruits and healthy proteins like salmon and chicken and things like that, and just getting rid of the foods that are in your pantry that is going to make you sick, because I honestly don't have the willpower to not eat it, but if I don't have it there, I won't eat it. And so I'll say clean out your pantry, put foods in there that are healthy, and when you want a little snack and when you go out, of course, get it. Don't like deprive yourself, but don't live there either. Okay? And then the third thing I did was focus on my mental health. And as you'll see, I'm out here walking, and I do this every single day. I do my walking for my mental health more so than my physical health, because it's just something that helps me every morning to get out, get sunlight in my eyes, and just get out in nature a little bit. So those are 3 things I want you to focus on for improving your health and wellness, because like I said, aging is coming for us, and it's coming fast, and I don't want you to take it for granted. And I want you to prioritize your health, build muscle, prioritize protein, take care of your mental health. And also, as you move towards retirement, you can start to look at where you are with your numbers. You know, when do you plan to take Social Security? And, you know, are you in debt? Do you need to eliminate debt before retirement? Where are you going to live? Who's going to help care for you as you age? And what's your social network looking like? And so those are all things that are important as we age. And I just want to tell a quick story. I'm a nursing instructor part-time, and I was looking in one of my foundations book that I used to teach out of, and I went to the geriatrics chapter, and that's for the aging population, the elderly. And I wanted to just read through it and see what's there. And the first thing I noticed was a picture of an elderly lady exercising. And it talked about the importance of exercising. And then on the next page, it talked about retirement. So I feel like I'm on track. I know I'm on track. These are some of the things I'm thinking about. So I know you're thinking about it as well. Just getting older and taking care of our health so we don't spend all of our money in our medical bills, and also taking care of our retirement so that we can live a comfortable life as we get older, because we've worked so hard all these years and we deserve it. Okay? So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.